Hey, there's Mickey. How you doing, dude? How are you? I must be a little early because there's no one else here. Either that or because I didn't formally announce that I was going to be streaming tonight. I guess no one realized. Anyway, good to see you, dude. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. Something new tonight. Another sellout stream. We have The King's Dilemma Chronicles. If I timed my transition right, no, I did. There it is. Why did it not work the first time I did it? Well, anyway, just a tad. Yeah, just a tad. Yeah, King's Dilemma Chronicles is a sellout game. It was sent to us by the Big Trouble Game Studio, and as part of the built by the Horrible Guild. I only know a little bit about this game, not very much at all. It's basically, I'm trying to think. No, I'm not going to give my opinion on it until we try it, because, yeah. This is one that technically the promotion that I'm supposed to do the stream within the time period has already expired. I missed that window. But I thought, well, since it's still sitting in my library, I may as well try it as well. There's a massive warning list. Okay, that's a lot of warnings. Okay, cool. Oh, there's a continue button. Sweet. I hope you had a good day there, Mickey. Appreciate being here, man. As always, I couldn't help but notice that you're nearing 3.5 years, which is just mind blowing. You're 3 years 5 months sub. It's insane, dude. Not bad. Nice. Introduction. Look. Oh, did I miss the first tab? Oh shit, I did. Can I go back? I can. Oh, thank God. Introduction. Welcome to the Kingdom of Angst, a place of daring expectations, gruesome battles, and arcane mysteries. Located on the northern continent of Leywick, Angst is one of the largest kingdoms of the known world, but it's not the only one. The Kingdom of Mihir, to the northwest, advanced both culturally and technology. The small and harmless kingdom of Sidlada to the south with its stingy lands. The Republic of Kuapipias to the northeast with commercial abilities beyond imagination. It makes you feel old, dude. It makes me feel old. The Cascuian Empire to the distant east, where the Emperor lives in opulence while the people struggle. The southern continent, barely explored, is only known for the fierce ivory desert and the tales and legend shared by the few foreign travelers venturing to our lands. Angst has been enjoying several decades of peace, but less than 2 centuries ago, it was divided into many small kingdoms and raider tribes, conquered in wars or united by diplomacy over the centuries to be incorporated as duchies or marks. Little is known about what happened before this age of fragmentation, but what we know for sure is that all the lands of the known world were ruled by several lost civilizations throughout the ages. What caused these civilizations to fall is unclear. You are going to assume the role of head of the council, a governing body ruling in the name of the king, located in Libra, the capital city of Angst. Before you begin, take a quick test to determine the house that suits you best. Alrighty. If it gives me like the house that suits you best, kind of gives me Dune vibes on that one. Ooh. In a financial crisis, is it moral to sacrifice knowledge in order to save money? These are gonna be my answers. Oh, click and hold. Kiva, this house Slytherin for sure. Fuck yeah. Is it okay to restrict certain religious practices that clash with the established cult? Nay. If a neighboring country gets invaded, do we step in to support them? Is the neighboring country getting invaded by us? Wait, 8. With child births on decline, do we strongly incentivize families to have children? 8. Nah, fuck 'em. Each house has a different long-term goal and backstory, which affects their mutual relationship and affinity. Select info to read more about the 2 houses and make your choice. Okay, so we have the 2 choices. We have Nemesis. Nemesis or Olwen. The Dukes of Olwen. What we do echoes in eternity. The mild climate, as well as the safe and favorable geographic position of the Duchy of Olwen, enabled its rapid economic and cultural development. Your family has always pushed for strong investments in technological research and alchemy. Despite having excellent carpenters and your fair share of coastline, you don't have a strong tradition of shipbuilding. Your people do not like to leave home, but they constantly try to make their house more welcoming and safe. Your region has produced many famed scholars, and their knowledge has been applied most of all to agriculture and medicine. Among the great inventions your people produce are some of the most innovative treatments for human and animal diseases, fertilizers, and pesticides. And also Soji, hello, welcome, buddy. Meanwhile, your great architectural works, such as very efficient mills, sturdy embankments, and irrigation canals, have transformed your territory into an enormous barn that feeds most of the kingdom. The wealth and well-being spread across all social classes, thanks to your architectural and alchemic advancements, have predisposed your family and your people to accept novelty and whatever seems to bend the laws of nature as potential resources for improving society. You firmly believe poverty, famine, and all disease can be eradicated from the kingdom through ingenuity and knowledge. Okay. Bloodin. So they're basically nemesis of each other across the water. This is a bigger area, small area, with another massive storyline. Okay, Bloodin was once part of the kingdom of Mahur, but in the year 143, its territories passed under the rule of Libera. After Mahur lost the war against the kingdom of Anx, you didn't outlast this change. You're not great warriors, and you prefer to obey the laws of someone else rather than face war. It is not difficult to understand why. Your territories overlook the Gulf of Esoropia. Your climate is mild, and you have abundant harvests and flourishing businesses. Your people are hospitable and open. Almost nothing ever happens to your duchy. Foreigners are welcomed with curiosity rather than suspicion. Fleur, your capital, has a large square as well as numerous paved streets, all remains of the ancient Sabian League. The great lighthouse of Cape Dees was carved from the ruins of an ancient building dating back to the time of the Union of Ceylon. The abundance of time and the availability of resources allows your people to have a marked spirituality and a higher level of education than the rest of the kingdom. Your family is often a patron of the best artists, philosophers, and scientists. You are convinced that harmony can be achieved through the union of well-being, religion, and science. So well-being, religion, and science versus ingenuity and knowledge. I have to go with ingenuity and knowledge. So go with House Olwen. Hold the button. A group of scholars in Libera recently discovered that in ancient chronicles often blamed a black circle, a dark rising sun, a cursed eclipse, or rather similar images for causing the demise of many past empires. After observing similar clues in recent years, historians started speculating about the existence of a secret society that has been leading civilizations to oblivion for centuries. This organization is referred to as the Black Dawn. Some think they are a force of chaos, others view them as an engine for creative destruction, and some view them as the the heralds of a new dawn, harbingers of progress and change. This is stonemasons, right? That's what they're talking about. Whatever their true nature really is, it seems that a huge battle is coming. As head of the council, you have the power to shape the future of this kingdom, but the Black Dawn is lurking in the shadows. Its existence is threatening and yet intriguing. Your role is to inform the king about the decisions of the council, but it is within your power to alter them if you so wish, provided you have enough power. It is time to begin. A new king is about to be crowned. How will the future of angst unfold? So basically, we're the head of the council, we report to the king, and basically we can change all the decisions. The King's Dilemma. The trumpets strike 3 rising notes, and 81 doves are released as Harold V is crowned king by the prior, mother of the cult. The people erupt in a cheer of joy. Our hopes of enduring prosperity are renewed with the new king. Foreign dignitaries from Kasuk, Korpiases, Papayas, Sedlada, and Muhur crowd the royal castle to evaluate the new king and win his favour. Yes, I am saying all the names really badly because, well, no, I can't say the names properly. The ceremony is followed by a feast lasting for 3 days and nights along all the streets of Libra, our capital city. A week later, sitting in his throne behind the grand chiseled door of the council room, the new king addresses us for the first time. Any authority is flickering, and power can be a blessing or a curse for those on whom it is exercised, he says. After a long pause, he adds, ruling is an unsolvable dilemma. The Eclipse keeps track of the 6 storylines of the King's Dilemma, Chronicles advancing with each story chapter. When all storylines are completed, the Eclipse will end and the Uprising will start. So it's the per ring, I'm guessing. Just 6 parts and 6 rings. And nothing clicks. Okay. Hey, you know. This is the map of the kingdom. From here, you choose your next dilemma. From the sidebar, change the zoom level between the entire continent and the kingdom of Angst, and the capital city of Libra to reveal all available dilemmas. These 5 resources represent the status of the kingdom: influence, wealth, moral, welfare, and knowledge. Every dilemma will move 1 or more of these resources, changing the stability of the current reign. Okay. Don't see the zooming option it was talking about. I guess it's just click, click, click. Oh, there. Cities dilemmas. There's no dilemmas. In the areas there's 2, and then the world there's 1. Yeah, let's start with this over here. The King's Dilemma, this one, the Golden Harbour. The King's Dilemma. The Royal Marshal reports to us that 3 windmills were something. Okay, let's just change that. Ah, hold again. Click and hold, click and hold. Don't remember click and hold. 3 windmills were set on fire last night along the road between Libra and the Golden Harbour. The affected millers are asking for help rebuilding the windmills. Seems fair. Do we fund the reconstruction of the damaged windmills? To solve a dilemma, use your power to make the final decision after the council has gone through the voting phase. Invade the neighbour, then looked at you funny. Approving the majority is free, but subverting will cost you that. Shield over 8. Equal to the difference in votes between the 2 sides plus 1. Be careful, if your power reaches 0, the current reign will end. Okay. Solving a dilemma moves the resources on the track as predicted by the red and blue gauges. Yeah, we're going to lose a shit ton of... if we vote to do the rebuild, we'll lose the money and we'll gain the food. If we choose not to do it, we're going to lose the food and nothing else will change. Well, how much will move will be revealed after the vote. Fair. Do we refund? Yes, we do. Oh, I see. It'll cost me 2 points. Damn. How many people are on this damn council? 3? Damn. Well, I was going to say yes, but I don't want to lose all my points straight away. We'll get food other ways. The millers should have guarded their windmills better. If we agreed to fund the reconstruction for them, the crown would be flooded with more monetary requests. Yes, that is true. That is true. I would have gone yes. However, the local population will have to deal with the lack of flour. So we don't have bread for a week. We'll be fine. The Chronicles. Solving certain dilemmas will have permanent side effects on the kingdom. When this happens, a chronicle will be registered in the table above the resource track. Their effects, either positive or negative, are applied to the corresponding resources at the beginning of every reign. Positive Chronicles moves the corresponding resource up by 1 space, while negative Chronicles moves them down by the same amount. Hit the meat cake. The burning of the windmills inflicted a significant wound to the farming infrastructure of the Duchy of Antonis. It will take some time to recover. Now, who cares about him? Okay, so we lost 2 bits of food. We're fine. Each time a resource moves, the stability marker to the right will follow it. If the stability marker ever reaches either end of the track, the rain will end. Why would it be bad to have high? Okay, so you do want it to rain, the rain to end eventually, but okay. You put the resources in the highlighted area on the track to score more points when the rain ends. Obviously, we want it all up here. Okay, continue. King's Dilemma. The High Commander has received a message from our soldiers stationed at the troublesome northern border of the Mark of Talk. Skaram smugglers are offering to provide us large quantities of red iron, a strange metal that can break even the strongest steel. The army wants the majority of it, but there's a lot of money to be made by trading it. Do we reserve the red iron, a strong metal, for the army? With each dilemma, the time counter on the right will increase when it reaches a space with the death icon. Oh. With each dilemma, the time counter on the right will increase. Ah, here. Okay, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on the 7th dilemma, he has a 50% chance of dying. 50%, so there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. On the 11th one, he will die. We only have 7 decisions to make. Wow, okay. Do we want a lot of money or do we want the metal? Do we reserve the red iron strong metal for the army? Yes, we do. We're going to keep the army happy. A city flow of red iron from the mostly unexplored lands of the Floa Mountains is supplied directly to the smiths of the army, with only a little remaining for our merchants. The Scarlet Tide. To thank the king for his prosperous business, the smugglers gift him a masterful red iron sword named the Scarlet Tide. Ooh. The army soon elects the blade as its symbol and as a sign of its future power. A significant portion of the imported red iron starts flowing towards the royal armory, and military smiths begin experimenting with new ways of working with the sturdy metal. Because of its exceptional sturdiness, red iron is difficult to mold into weapons and armor, but a few blades are forged for the most elite regiments. Okay. Ooh. Your moral alignment determines which rewards you'll get at the end of each reign. The rewards can be coins, prestige, and or crave points. Okay. The resource track highlights the targeted area to score points. The more resources in the targeted area, the more you will be rewarded. What at? Female Unicorn, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Above the resource track, there is a preview of your rewards based on the current position of the resources and your moral alignment. Okay. It's currently got a padlock on it. Oh. Our town's got a problem. Scarlet Tide. Upon inspecting the first weapons made with red iron, the chief doctor of the Royal Army realized it would be a wonderful material for medical equipment, as it is sturdy even when thin. Some suggest we should prioritize forging swords over scalpels, but our medical knowledge could vastly benefit from such superior tools. We prioritize medical uses for red iron. When you vote against a council member, your relationship will worsen and they will eventually become your enemy. Voting in accord with a council member will improve your relationship, and if it reaches the maximum level, you can spend coins to form an alliance. So I'm up with these two a little bit, and yeah, problem with this person. I mean, I would say, yeah, I do want to prioritize medical use for the red iron. Oh, that's how you change the person's vote. Oh, shit. Oops. I went to go the other way. Spent coins to corrupt. Can I go back? And change the vote. The cost of corruption for a council member will increase each time you use it. Ooh, corrupted council member will freeze the relationship. Well, I guess we're going no now. Shit. Getting people is pointless if we cannot defend them, given our limited supply of red iron. Priority is going to the forging of red iron weaponry. Ooh, wow. White up, black down. After the second time that resource moves in the same direction, it will gain a momentum marker and move 2 additional steps. So that just skyrocketed up. Okay. Yeah, I was meant to go for a medical because it was going to move 2 things positive. Well, missed that chance. The Scarlet Tide. So this is the new blade stuff. Why? Because the King's Delivery Chronicles. Fuck you, yes, way. Oh, I don't have enough circles to do that one. Oh, okay. We have lost contact with the smugglers. Many think they fell prey to Skaram raiders in the lawless mountains. Some suggest that we should send a military contingent to investigate a dangerous quest, as it could be seen as trespassing by the Kingdom of Inkal, further to the north, with whom we have not had contact for decades and whose military strength is unknown. Do we send the army to investigate the smugglers' disappearance? Well, are the merchants really our responsibility? I would have said no. Like, these guys seem to be, like, always against what I say. Fine, we'll go yes. For war! Our soldiers leave Torque, heading for the harsh Falafur mountains. A few days later, only a handful of them come back. Ooh. The survivors tell that they found the smugglers' camp and their corpses near the Inkal border, but were attacked by a handful of extremely skilled fighters bearing red iron weapons and armor. Despite their superior numbers, our soldiers barely managed to escape. The sacrifice of our soldiers north of the border gave us insight into the Kingdom of Inkal's military strength and a way of fighting. This prospect of further research on the subject excites our scholars. Wow. Iron that pierces the sky. This is a lot of reading. I will say this game, there's a lot of reading, a lot of tutorial. The first 30 minutes of the game, that seems to be all I'm doing. In Carl's arsehole stare. Despite the relatively short distance, contact with the kingdom of Inkal was lost for decades. The bitter lands that divided us allow very few exchanges, and they never had much to offer anyway. Though they were a militaristic society, we considered the Inkali as inoffensive as the Scrimes, nomadic tribes living in the unclaimed brown hills along our border. Yet, despite their small numbers, it seems they've become a threat thanks to Red Iron. Hey Zenith! They must have discovered it only recently, but they mastered its harvesting and smithing much better than we. Well, we're just stupid then, aren't we? The scouts we sent even sighted an impressive fortress reinforced with huge red iron plates. They called it the Crimson Keep. Oh dear. Why did our food go down? Interesting. Not sure why our food went down further. And we can't do this one because we don't have enough of those point thingies. Oh, and our timeline question thingy is already way up here. Oh no, wait, no, our timeline is way down here. We have 3 world questions. Iron that pierces the sky. The Mirror, the Inkal, and the City of Tents. We'll do that one. Morano, a rich merchant from the remote desert city called the City of Tents, wants to negotiate a lucrative trade agreement. Among his samples of goods is a slave concubine in chains. He claims the woman comes from a desert temple that allegedly hides the golden map, a fabled item we've been seeking for decades. Many of our people are against slavery. Do we force Morano, a rich merchant, to free the slave? Yes. Yes, free the slave. So he should not be a slave. We can't tolerate slavery. We force the merchant to free his concubine and send him away. This compromises our trade agreement, but our people rejoice that we stood up for the poor woman. Many are also excited at the prospect that she may reveal the location of the mythical golden map. The legend says it leads to an endless fountain of liquid gold. So, oil. No, it's black gold, isn't it? Our choice to free the merchant's slave compromised our relationship with the southern desert lands before it even started. Don't care, no slaves. Sarah, the woman we freed from slavery, comes from a remote temple of the mother in the south of Marudi, which we call the Ivory Desert. She says the golden map is guarded by this temple. Sarah was kidnapped and enslaved by her former master while visiting the City of Tents. Her story becomes quite popular in the kingdom and spurs a burst of interest in the unexplored southern continent that she calls Confratarth. Sarah claims that it is the land where the ancient Sabian League once prospered and fell. Our scholars immediately start preparing a caravan to retrieve the golden map and take Sarah back home. But traversing the Ivory Desert, famous for tempests of burning white sand, will not be easy. Oh no, this one moved, okay. Sure. Uh-oh. Yeah, my realm is really not balanced currently. I need to get this war down and bring the food and diamonds. Well, they're balanced to get out at the moment, but yikes. Then I never told you that you'd make bank as an audiobook narrator because you have a wonderful voice for it. If only I could read, Zenith. If only I could read. We still don't have the points for that. So we need to get the ward down. If we bring the ward down, then the flag will go up. And it's already gone up recently. This is war flag food. Diamond flag food. War food scroll. Try this one. You dork. That would be your charm as a narrator, constantly repeating sentences to draw out playtime. A short story becomes a novel. Increasingly, rumors of the fierce kingdom of Inkal worry our people. Many think we should recruit more soldiers among the peasants to patrol the unclaimed lands north of our border. I just read that out loud and I didn't actually take any of the information in. Many think we should recruit more soldiers among the peasants. Scholars believe we should instead investigate the customs of the Inkal to ascertain whether they really are a menace and to clarify the misunderstanding caused by the smugglers. Do we recruit more peasants into the army? No. Nope, we're not going to go more army. We're going to go more scholar. Trusted scholars begin researching the customs of the kingdom of Inkal while a delegation of brave diplomats leaves for the Crimson Keep to ask for an official audience. Many, however, feel we are leaving our borders unprotected. Well, what do they know? Our decision to investigate the culture of the kingdom of Inkal sparked the keen interest of our scholars, fascinated by the unusual customs and habits. Publishers increased novel times tenfold with this one simple trick. Yeah, but you got to charge $1.99 per minute, right? Isn't that how that works? After the initial diplomatic incident, our diplomats have been formally invited to the Northern Court at the Crimson Keep, where they are welcomed respectfully but coldly. This reminds me of Game of Thrones. Know thy enemy. Inkal is a small but highly competitive society. Their clans constantly struggle for leadership, and their warrior kings must display continuous strength to stay in power, which explains their exceptional military prowess. While some might regard them as barbarians, they are organized and disciplined. Serving in the army is the highest honor to them, reserved to those of proven might and impeccable courage. Though few in number, they prove a formidable foe. Still, they are honorable. As long as they are not provoked, they should pose no danger. Okay, don't poke the bear. So Spartans. Oh, death. The king has abdicated. At the end of each reign, you will gain rewards as described by your moral alignment. If you manage to put all the resources in the target area, you'll get even more rewards. One white crown for every resource in the upper. One black crown for every resource in the lower. One additional crown white and one additional black if the central area of the track is empty. So should it not be 2 black because that one's in the lower? Or am I reading that? Oh no, it's in the top, but it's not the points that I'm looking at. Never mind. So I was a rebel apparently. Choosing your heir. At the end of each reign, you'll have to choose the moral alignment for your heir to the head of the council. The longer the reign, the more moral alignments will be available. One white crown for every resource in the upper half of the track. Off the track. We got a typo. It's OT. Ot the track. So remember that one. British crown of all the resources in the upper, and they're not. We're on 4 crowns at the moment. 4 and 3. So we would gain 3 more white crowns for that. So it'd be 7-3. So 10 total. 1 white crown for every white resource and 1 black crown for every black resource in the central area of the track. 1 additional white and 1 additional black if all the resources are in the central part of the track, which they are. So that would be actually quite high. That would be 3 white, 2 black. So that's 7, 8, 10, 12 total crowns. Well, moral ambiguity. So 7 and 5, and then it'll be 8 and 6. So it's not bad. 1, whatever that thing was, for every step between the highest and lowest resources on the track, which is 1, 2, 3. 1 white, 1 black. If the maximum distance is reached, was definitely not that one. 1 black for every resource in the lower half of the track, so 4. 2 additional black if all resources are in the lower half. So only gaining black. I think moderate is the one we want to go for. We got moderate. Spend your prestige and crave points to prepare for the uprising. Each preparation shows its rewards and the required number of reigns to be completed. All things in moderation, yes. Rewards are collected at the beginning of each reign after you complete the preparation. Additionally, most preparations unlock a dilemma that you will face in the uprising. So, we could build a royal treasure room or research libraries in geology. It's this one or this one. And those are nothing. So I can't do that one because I don't have the crowns for the royal treasure room, but I could do this one, which we will. We researched. Table summarizes all the preparation and their rewards. The time to complete is 1 reign. Will be the final dilemma. Status unknown. 2 reigns will be coins. So that's what we complete. 3 reigns, crave prestige, will be locked. Don't understand that. This preparation takes 3 reigns to complete. Unlocks a final dilemma. And rewards you with 3 of those at the beginning of each reign. Okay, don't see where it tells me about the 3, but oh, there, the 3 coins. Okay. This preparation completes at the end of the reign and unlocks with other preparations. Okay, so there's something else that is unknown still. You will unlock more preparations as you progress through the campaign, so visit the screen frequently to prepare for the big battle that is to come. Go with preparation H. No. Ow. You won't be able to unlock all the preparations in a single playthrough, as some will be locked out depending on the choices you make. Typical. Manage the council and review information about the houses of kingdom here. Spend coins to replace council members and to form alliances when your relationship level with another house is maxed out. As you form an alliance with another house, your total power increases by 1. This one. Alliances have other benefits such as reducing the cost of corruption and the cost of replacing council members. Costs are increased for enemies. With your choices, you can try to achieve the long-term goal of your house and 2 secondary goals. Completed them will grant you more power, plus a bonus of cohesion or descent points for the uprising. What we do when it goes. So the narrative goal is assert the dominion of knowledge over spirit. So it wants us to have 6-4 is our narrative goal. Secondary goal is grant free healing for everyone and prove the existence of the 9th star. Okay. I already did that. Oh, continue. You can find all previous tutorials in the pause menu. I will say, so the game itself has a lot of reading, which is a storyline game. They're not my favorite, unless it's really captured me. I'm gonna keep going, but not my favorite is the story missions, well, story games. And the tutorial is just a lot to take in. It's not difficult, but it's just a lot. So let's see what happens on our second reign. So we've got the original ones, the distant rewards and the iron pierces. The angst one I can now do, so let's do that one first. Scarlet Tide. Sorello, a Conian merchant from Duin, has taken an interest in the Scarlet Tide, the King's Red Sword. He's offering a kingly sum to purchase a replica. The army, however, has grown attached to its new symbol. They would not like to see its symbolic value tainted and diluted for the caprice of some lazy Candonian merchant. To allow a replica of the Scarlet Tide sword to be made. Canadian? Well, that's close enough, right? This is a tutorial that never ends. Is it going on and on, my friend? Yes. Yeah, no, I don't think we lose the sword. If we do this, we will... If we don't lose the sword, we gain notoriety. If we do make the replica, we'll lose the notoriety and gain money. No, no's. The no's have it. We politely decline. Our soldiers rejoice over our decision not to turn this symbol into a commercial product. Codians is known for being rich and refined, but weak and decadent too. Ever since our decision to forbid the manufacture of a replica, the Scarlet Tide has been cherished even more. Its sight fills the battle lines with courage and determination. Hey. Well, there was no bad come from that one. Yay! We did good. Let's go with the distant reward. Though know thy enemy might be a good one too. That one would not be good yet. I'm looking at the symbols and thinking what way to move the symbols. Because it's not just about like doing right from wrong, it's also about balancing the symbols. Let's go with this one actually. The iron that pierces the sky. The Tribune reports to us that an unprecedented drought has hit Teriel, ravaging crops and decimating the cattle. The price of bread has increased to the point that many among the poorest can't afford it, but the Kingdom of Mahur is offering an uncannily cheap wheat. Importing it would save the poorest from starvation, but its low price is suspicious. Do we import the low-priced wheat? Do we starve them? Do we risk them with whatever the hell is in this wheat? The suspicious wheat. If we import it, it'll cost us money and increase our food. But if we don't, it'll cost us food and cost us notoriety. I think we're going to have to do it. It'll balance out the move, hopefully. I think we'll go. We'll go against the votes. However cheap is unexpected expense that makes the royal treasurer turn up his nose. The poorest fringes of the population Teriel, however, are relieved by the announcement. The droughts have impacted food reserves and all of our dockeries. Imported grain from was our only chance to help Teriel. Mahur is a small but rather advanced kingdom. They claim that they developed a new fertilizer that allowed them to greatly increase their wheat production without compromising on quality. Yeah, the Maharian wheat we are importing is suspiciously grey as ash, hence the flour obtained from it. Trillions complain that Mihir is insulting them with poor goods because of the historical bad blood between them, but the poorest outcasts are glad that they have something to eat and do not care about the colour of their bread. Yeah, leave it to the accountant to be annoyed by expenditure? Wow. Could you blame him? That balanced out really nicely, actually. The balance went well, not so good for the cost of the circle thingies. Now we have some new city ones. The first two things, let's hope one of them goes up more than the other. It's time to resupply the army. We could save money by mixing regular and grey wheat to produce the bread rations for our soldiers. Do we use a mix of cheap grey and regular wheat to feed our soldiers? No. Because I want the food this to come up. Do we use the food? No, we don't. So either we cost us 2 here or we change the vote up here. Let's just spin the 2. We allocate the necessary resources to keep feeding our soldiers with proper food. A considerable expense, but the soldiers don't fail to notice our enduring... Wait, did I just choose the wrong way? Oh shit, I did choose the wrong way. Oh, that was bad. That was supposed to be... I misread. See, that's what happens when you've got too much reading in this game. I don't read it. Whoops, we're bankrupt. Okay, we need something that doesn't change food, or does change food that we could possibly... Let's not do the food one. We're balanced, which is good. But everyone's happy. Yeah, everyone's happy, but... Oh boy. Yeah, let's just do the food one only. A disreputable Neharian soul scholar named Euclitus claims that the grey bread is toxic. Many have been eating it without adverse effects so far, but scared people have begun to burn it in large quantities. You bastards. However, the fires generate thick columns of fumes that condense into a dark rain, pouring over trillion fields and infecting many crops with the same malady as the Neharian wheat. We ban the consumption of the grey bread. Consumption? Why would we ban the consumption? We should ban the burning of bread. Except for the blood-sucking accountant. Yeah, he's kind of pissed. We'll go with the vote. Yeah, alright, ban it. It is clear the burning of the ash bread, as the people call it due to its colour, is doing more harm than good, so we forbid it. However, the dark rain is already contaminating many of our fields, which now produce grey wheat too. Given the enduring scarcity of food, more people will be focused to eat ash bread to survive. Ash bread is uninviting to most, but it is a gift for the starving outcasts who can finally afford something to eat. Although its effects were hidden at first, regular consumption over a prolonged time causes sickly greyish spots on the skin, around the lips, and down the belly. What the hell have we been eating? This mark is now visible on many of the beggars from vendors. People start calling them ashes, and many claim they are prone to violent outbursts. The rising tensions cause many incidents, and superstitious people even believe that their souls now belong to strange old gods. Ashes, however, claim they are just discriminated against for their visible mark of poverty. Them damn ashes, huh? But the food went up, so yay. I don't know how food went up when we've now got no food to eat, but okay. Flagged military. Notoriety. Okay. The Ashes line. Last night, a group of Ashes camping in an alley and vendors assaulted some intolerant, superstitious people who were trying to force them out of their makeshift pallets. People are frightened by the rising tension and have suggested we forbid people from circulating at night to prevent further outbursts of violence. Do we institute a curfew? If we can say yes, it's going to put our military up. If we say no, our military will go down and notoriety will go down. I'm already high on this. Yeah, let's do it. Cost us 2 points. Hey, Exa. I'm looking at this here. This will come down if we just go no. If ashes were not harassed while sleeping in the first place, they would not have reacted the way they did. Such a small incident can justify drastic measures as a curfew. Can't justify, sorry. It's the game where everything is made up and the points don't matter. Hey, excellent, yes it is. People are still afraid of ashes due to their outbursts of violence, though some of the intolerants are even debating ways to take matters into their own hands. A wave of violence. Some fanatics, the self-proclaimed defenders, believe the council is siding with the allegedly malignant Ashes Interior and have decided to take matters into their own hands. Damn. These dangerous vigilantes patrol the streets of Vanders with the declared intent of securing the city from Asher violence. Many Ashers are rudely beaten up. Or worse, Ashers don't abstain from equally heinous acts of violence either. It's difficult to ascertain whether this is the cause of the defenders' actions or a reaction to them. While the debate rages, flocks of crows circle over the woods of Tyrrell, feasting on the corpses of those hanged by the defenders. So overall, this vote was good. Not good for the people of Andis, but we need something to bring our money back. We can bring our money back, would be good. Looks like it's that one. Or that one. And either way, it's not really the one we want. We wanted the distant reward. Let's go that one. This is our vote. The next one, he's got a 50% chance of dying anyway. The Exuas, a nomadic tribe living in the unclaimed lands of the giant isthmus south of the Mark of Cran, are asking to join our kingdom. Okay, so a nomadic tribe are asking to join our kingdom. Don't need all the junk in the middle. I know it's for the story, but good God. Can I go into streamer mode and it takes out all the guff? These people could strengthen our army. See, it's so much easier. They're excellent warriors and camel drivers, able to exploit the few resources offered by their arid steppes to survive. Many, however, are distrustful of their barbaric customs. Do we welcome the tribe from the gaunt Isthmus into our kingdom? So we go yes, we lose notoriety. We say no, we lose military and we gain notoriety. I say yeah, let's bring them in. Though the night chants keep many people awake, and more than once their brash and inconvenient attitudes bother our men and women alike. Oops. The camel riders excel at speed and skirmishing and make an excellent vanguard for our infantry. It's fine, just send them out for war all the time, keep them out of the cities. Bring them into the kingdom, just send them out again. I see nothing wrong with that. See, I lowered this in hopes that I can raise it again to raise this up again. Castle library. Yeah, I could probably balance that one. That's with the Ashes storyline. Show us the money. Oh, we got no money at the moment. I want to do the distant reward. Ivory Desert distant reward. This might be the end of this particular reign, but we'll see. The caravan of scholars seeking to retrieve the golden map is constantly threatened by desert raiders and is struggling to move forward. If we don't send them military aid, they'll be forced to deviate to the city of Tents to stock up on supply and hire mercenaries. We cannot go to the city of Tents. We can't do that. Do we send reinforcements to the golden map expedition? Yes. No question about it, yes we do. We send troops to support the caravan. Thanks to the help of the army and the guidance of Sarah, the scholars finally reached the remote temple of the mother in the middle of the Ivory Desert. Soon we will discover if the golden map is really there. Unfortunately, fatigued by travel, Sarah dies before she can see her home again. Oh no! A chalice in the desert. After wandering for days, our expedition sights a rocky plateau protruding from the desert, the ruins of a temple atop it. That's kind of cool. Our scholars think it dates to the time of Omand, the first king, but it was pillaged recently. Inside they find the dried corpses of a dozen of sand priestesses, an opulent version of the cult of the mother that, though we worship the same goddess, had lavish ways in stark contrast with the sober purity of our cult. The ruin surrounds a huge oasis, and based on rough interpretations of ancient inscriptions in the altar hall, it was called Chalice Peak. Most of the temple's riches were stolen by the raiders, but the inscriptions suggest a bigger treasure may be hidden in a secret chamber. Ooh. A hidden chamber. Oh, did he die? Oh, he flipped the coin. Oh, right, okay. He flipped the coin and he survives. We now have 4 in the white and 1, yeah, very much in the black. Distant reward. Money. Scholar points. Laszlo, a botanist, requests funds to we're not giving you money to study the poisonous red cacti covering a small area of the Ivory Desert. Some believe them to be tears left behind by Osral, the saint daughter of strength, when she took the burden of human brutality upon herself to free us from it. Do we fund Laszlo's research into the red cacti? No, because we die. So no, we do not. Yes. No. Oh, we die anyway. Because it costs us 4 of these points and that would instantly kill us. If we go yes, that instantly kills us. And if we change one of the votes, it still won't be enough. Yes, it will be enough. We could spin the 4 circles here, then that hopefully will change to 2. We can think of many better ways to spend money. We don't have money. Rather than funding useless research on red ornamental plant, we deny Laszlo's request. And then the king dies anyway. We may have pissed Laszlo off and fucked us for the rest of the thing, so we don't have the research, but the king is dead. The moderate. Oh, so those crown things weren't based on what we had last time, it's based on what we have this time. So we had moderate for 1 white per white. 1 white crown per white resource, which was 3. 1 black crown for every black resource, which was 1. Additional 1 of all the resources that are in the central area of the track, which are not. It's so close, but they're not. So yeah, we got what? +4, +2. Regain this other stuff. Right, what type do we want this time? Do we want the moderate, the rebel, the opportunist, opulent, extremist, or the greedy? 2 additional black of all the resources. What was our goal again? Wasn't it like 8-3 or something? Damn it, because opportunist. Lower part of the track. I want something that gives us both, either rebel or moderate. Feels like a tabletop game created by AI. Not quite. Let's go a bit moderate again. Moderate worked for us last time. We have the ability to research a castle security. Ooh. The research is still ongoing. Yeah, let's get castle security. Continue. Yeah, 6-4. That's what our goal is, 6-4. So broken heart really likes us, but it costs us 10 of these things to even try to get an alliance with them. Nothing. Broken. Okay, middle. Torque's nemesis is still different to us. Torque's nemesis is these ones. Our nemesis is these guys. Our nemesis said we have one heart with them. Okay. Okay, Ashes, Violence, Dark Harvest, Chalice in the Desert. You guys changed lots of things first. Some mosaics discovered in the Chalice Peak could help our scholars better understand the cult of the Sand Priestess. The Librarian Chancellor suggests we bring them to Libra, despite the costs involved, so they can be studied without requiring long and unsafe travel. Chalice Peak is still a temple of the Mother, though, and the Holy Attendant thinks it should not be further profaned. Do we recover the mosaics about the Sand Priestess? If we say yes, it's going to cost us money and notoriety. If we say no, it's going to cost us the, what's it called? Knowledge. That was notoriety, right? Moral compass, basically. I'm tempted to say no. Yeah, I'm tempted to say no, we don't recover them. The proposal is rejected. Our pieces from the past should be left where they belong, especially if they're tied to the cult of the Mother, albeit slightly different from ours. The Holy Attendant thinks Hilaria, the saint daughter of creative arts, guided our decision with her wisdom. So yeah, fucked off these two people, but gained one with this person. And overall, did really nothing over here. Castle's Library. Let's change the Ashes storyline. The Rector reports that Harriet, a famous historian, is performing research on the legendary first king, Omnad, who allegedly lived in a time where the Mother was still on Earth. Proving that he was born in our territories would bring us great prestige. Only the oldest monastery may still contain documents that date back to the Mother's time, but males are not allowed to enter these sacred havens. Do we allow Harriet, the historian, to research the first king? Why not? Yes, drop our moral, up our research. Yeah, I can do it. You're so mean about it. Harriet and his trustworthy. Oh, because Harriet is a guy. Okay, that's why not. I sent to investigate the oldest monasteries of the kingdom. Such a noble endeavour is well worth the sight of bending of the cult's ancient traditions. His message on the first king brings the story inherited in his assistance to the monastery of Lauren and the Duchy of Natal, one of the most ancient of the kingdom. There they discover a forgotten chamber that remained hidden for centuries behind a wall that was recently cracked by an earthquake. It's kind of cool. The walls of the chamber are covered with incomprehensible writings and a mysterious fresco. The traditional iconography of the mothers shining within a circle of her 8 daughters is eerily twisted. The mother's mouth is unnervingly open. Despite the vehement protests of Sister Celestina, the high priestess of the monastery, the scholars start working to decode the strange writings. Disquieting reports from the Lorien also tell of people going missing in the region. I mean, we're all about science and research, so that's how we wanted to like play the game. No dilemmas in town. Back to the world stuff. Let's go back to the Chalice storyline. A huge collection of golden items have been found inside a secret chamber hidden within the ruins of the Chalice Peak. Ancient scrolls, golden statues of the mother's jewels, and the golden map. Some fear taking these relics away could unleash a curse upon us, but leaving them could lure many desperate fortune seekers into the desert. Do we collect only the golden map and leave the treasure behind? No. Leaving such a huge fortune behind just because the fears of superstitions would be foolish to say the least. Exactly. The prospect of finding even greater riches at the end of this journey thanks to the golden map can't justify such a waste. Exactly. Plus all these other people are going to go there anyway. So part of the expedition is sent back to the library to carry home the ancient scrolls and golden artifacts. Oh, the golden curse. Even if completely unsubstained, fear is terrible. Of terrible repercussions for stealing the sacred gold of the Sand Princess haunts the thoughts and dreams of our people. Chiseled into a single golden leaf, the map has a grandiose look. Its gold easily stands the test of time. Its age is unfathomable. However, old legends speak of a golden map leading to an endless fountain of liquid gold. The numerous old scrolls we obtained together with a small map are full of references to a Sun Empire, known only from ancient legends dating back to the ages before Omnid, the first king. Cha-ching indeed, Mickey. We wonder whether this is the map of the old legend, and how truthful those legends are. It may be all a metaphor for the power and riches of the Lost Empire. An expedition has to be launched, but the map is not easily interpreted. Can't hear the annoying people over the cha-ching of the gold. Can't hear you from up here on my golden chariot. Cha-ching indeed. Jesus Christ, they went flying. The golden map. What's this one do? Nothing. No visible change. Our cartographers can't agree on how to interpret the golden map. There are 2 possible paths. Which route shall we take? Let's look at the map. That looks like mountains. Mickey, you're the map reader. What does this look like? It looks like some sort of lake. That looks like mountains. That looks like another mountain back over here. It looks to be like the circling here. There's a circle here at A. And I think the map's upside down. I think this little squiggly thing is this squiggly thing. And I think if you take the squiggly thing and go straight north, that looks like mountains. Flip upside down, that would be mountains. And that, even though that kind of looks like some sort of coastline thing, I think it's actually these ones. Mickey says B. Are you trolling? I would have totally gone A. C. Son of a bitch. H. No, we're not going with preparation H again. Alright, B it is. The expedition will proceed with the chosen path. As paths over the clouds, the golden map leads our expedition to a narrow passage across the Nebula Mountains. Despite its tight dimensions, the path is quite safe and the mountain range offers an impressive view. The Amain's explorers encounter many outlandish tribes, unusual animals, and exotic plants. They trade and learn a lot on their way, and they are bound to bring back many wonderful gifts. Still, the expeditioners slowly move toward their final destination. They wonder if this is where the golden map was really meant to bring them. I think it's supposed to be A, but that was just me. We'll see. We'll see if Mickey was right with B. Okay. Where are we on the line? About 4 questions away, and we are everything but the flag is up. Secrets from far? We could probably spend some money for the knowledge. Lower wealth a little bit. And that will give us the flag. Why not both? Exactly. Probably because it's going to take us about 20-30 years to get to one place, one or the other. The Scarams are a nomadic people from the unclaimed lands near the northern mountains. Drink a beverage made with goat milk fermented with a secret herb. Our soldiers are eagerly purchasing it, and the guild mistress would like to import it, thinking it could be a successful product. However, it is strongly alcoholic, and some question to its wholesomeness. Do we import the milk-based Scaram beverage? If we say yay, that will go up. If we say nay, that will go down. We are already up here, but we want this up a little. We could spend 5 of these points, or we could just spend... No, that's death. I want A. I want the A's. A's to have it. Spend 4. A. B for booty. Son of a bitch. Our merchants make agreements with a few barbaric producers to supply their strong drink to our kingdom. The people rejoice and launch a celebratory fair about the northern culture, while scholars scorn such low pleasures of the flesh. Hey, hey, low pleasures of the flesh! Goat milk became increasingly popular, and the high demand activated a precious trade channel with the barbaric Scaram tribes of the Brown Hills. Hey, hey. Oh, I can't do the chalice missions anymore because that costs us points. Those scholars wouldn't know a good time if it hit them in the face. And it probably did a couple of times. A wave of violence. Can't do that one. The 3 trunks. So it's flag and military based. The Tribune brings us news for the people of 3 Trunks, a small village in the northern mark of Dulak. They claim that a witch is living in the nearby Hedgehog Woods. I don't see Hedgehog Woods on the map. They lie. She is rumored to be capable of weaving the laws of nature according to her will, but many fear her ways. Do we send the army to look to apprehend the alleged witch? If we do, we gain everything. If we don't, we lose things. If we gain things, it's going to kill us. If we do say yes, we die. If we said no, we'll lose that. We'll have another turn. We found a witch. May we burn her? Nah, we're not gonna do it. We'll lose the thing again. Sucks. Some superstitious fanatics accuse the council of simply being afraid of the witch, and they assemble a group to address the situation on their own terms. Well, go let them be witch burners. Because of our wit action, a band of religious zealots proclaiming themselves the truth keepers starts roaming the hedgehog woods with pitchforks and torches looking for the alleged witch. Rumors about her ability to bend the laws of nature are becoming more common, enraging the zealots in their brutal search. The truth keepers believe that the locals are hiding something, and they are determined to make them talk. During the following months, they frequently abuse the local people to the point that they become more feared than the witch herself. The witch never existed. That's why we didn't act. Yeah, I knew we'd lose that. Stick around. Ooh. Would like to bring back the flag. Can we get the flag back up? What can we do to get the flag back up? We'll probably lose the scholar flag. The scholar crown. Which is a follow-up of send army to subdue idiots. Yeah. A beautiful lady suddenly appears at court unannounced. She is very young with blonde hair and dark eyes, and she claims to be the alleged witch of Hedgehog Woods. Uh-oh. We found her. My name is his daughter. I have no supernatural powers. I just use my intellect to solve problems. Okay. Protect me from the fearful rebel, and I will be at your service. Together we will enter a new era of progress for arts and knowledge. Do we welcome his daughter, the alleged witch, at court? I'm sorry. Who wouldn't accept a witch at court? Although that will give us our fucking flag back. Shit. Oh, time to kill the king. Thanks to her convincing words, his daughter is allowed to join the court. The scholars of the kingdom are happy to indulge their unfailing curiosity about her strange ways, disregarding the vehement protests of superstitious people. The magic of genius. His daughter seems very young, except for her dark eyes, which betray wisdom and experience beyond her age. She wears a mantle of black leaves long enough to touch the ground. We assign her a small quarter in the palace, where she spends most of the time working in solitude. Over the following months, she feverishly writes books and essays whose meaning eludes most. She even builds weird contraptions, claiming they will do wonders. Servants and scholars start to regularly ask for her help with several matters, but the most superstitious claim she is only defiling the court. And then the king's dead. Oh, we lost that one too. Shit. The king was dethroned. So what do we get? +3, +1, 6 and 1. How bad? We've got to get some more black crowns now. What do we need? 8-4? I think it's 8-4. Yeah, we lost the other two options here. Do we want to spend this? Build a food pantry, a place where people in need can go for a free meal. This one will be finished soon. Wait, that's all done. Oh, we've finished the Libya's geology. Libya's geology. Oh, was that a 4? No. That's a 4. Holy crap. I think I want to save. The only thing I can do is that one. It's just a food pantry. It'll be 3-1, which means we'll take us down to 3-0. I don't think so. I don't know why the 2 rounds are there. No, I'm going to skip. Following the growing challenges encountered by the kingdom, the council has expanded. The House Cran joined the council. Oh, and House Cran has joined the council. Oh, fun. Yeah, 6-4, so only 3 black crowns left. Hey, Aragorn. No, who was it? Cran? They've joined. I was almost like best pals with these people before. Now they're nothing. Doing good, dude. Doing good. Mage of Genius. A Labor's Trade Guild. What about... let's do the chalice. It's costing me now. A scholar sent to us a transcription of the ancient text engraved on the wall at the Chalice Peak. It suggests that the mother waged war against the Sun Empire of legend to free the world from its corruption and brought about its downfall. However, in doing so, she accidentally gave birth to a cursed black eclipse. Many think it should be dismayed as heresy. Do we verify the plausibility of the engraved text? No. We decide not to investigate the heretical hypotheses any deeper. However, the sinister image of a black eclipse lingers in our mind. Oh well. We want black crowns up here. We got 1. Continue. How are you doing, Aragorn? The magic of genius. After months of feverish efforts, Histora's discoveries and inventions are bringing a newfound prosperity to the kingdom, despite the perplexities of the superstitious. Now the witch is gravely ill and asks for a rare and precious herb from the merchants of Kasuk. Do we retrieve the herb to cure the gravely ill Histora? Yes. Oh, we're split. Cool. Oh, so we're split, so it automatically costs us one of these things. Fuckers. When we give her the precious herb, Histora goes to bed with an unnervingly large smile. Despite this, she never wakes up. You bitch. It was not medicine she wanted, but a sweet and merciful end to an incurable disease. At least she provided us with one last bit of knowledge, the real purpose of the rare herb. Our scholars start studying Histora's notes and scribbles and experimenting with her discoveries. Even though she has left us, her work will be a precious testament to her genius, and her documents will be archived in the Royal Library in their entirety. Few can deny that all the negative things people said about her were utterly wrong. Her name is bound to inspire scholars for generations to come. Her latest discovery, a weird contraption called the Far Scope that promises to reveal secrets hidden very far away, is rapidly revolutionizing the way we look at the world. So she invented the fuck, what's that thing? I was gonna say binoculars, a single binocular telescope. An eyeglass. No, we got 1 black and we lost the 1 black and went to what? Do we want to do the eyes? We already got that as black. Eyes of the Sky, Royal Laboratory. Can I do it? Yes, we can. Histora is known to write her notes cryptically, even so often proposes peculiar experiments to prove her discoveries, but our resources are limited and the choice of a specific one excludes the other. Choose an experiment. Ooh. So, bang rocks together over water and drink it, or bang rocks together with a needle and make a map. Mickey said B earlier, we'll go with B again. Histora discovered that some strange stones are attracted to each other and to certain metals. Our scholars began rubbing a metallic needle on the rocks while looking at a map, perplexed. So, made the compass. Our scholars discovered that treating a needle with specific kinds of metallic rocks makes it always point in the same direction. Using a contraption developed from this discovery, our ships can now orient themselves without geographic points of reference. The waypointer, as it is called, allows our merchants to reap enormous profits, and it might even change the image of the world as we know it. Heyo! So yeah, nothing changed here. Don't really care about that one. We can go to the Dark Harvest again. No, that one. Let's go Magical Genius again. I'm trying to save these points to get an ally. The Tribune reports that the calves in Coden are showing symptoms of a strange illness that is killing the cattle. Our scholars suggest that any herb with infected animals should be suppressed entirely to prevent the disease from spreading further. If we do, we risk famine across the region. To exterminate the tainted cattle, yes. Oh, bastards. We order the tainted herds to be methodically killed and their carcasses burned, as scholars recommend. With the disease eradicated, the surviving cattle will live to prosper and reproduce, but this also causes a huge shortage of food in the short term. Many people will lose their lives in starvation. Oh well. Better the lives of a few than the lives of many. I need to raise something. I can either raise Scholar or War. The Truth Keepers. A city guard is found dead in Hogford while in possession of a book titled The Dark Light of the Ninth Daughter, allegedly killed by a group of Truth Keepers. It is known they think the book is heretical, but they claim the guard was already dead when they found him. Do we punish the Truth Keepers fanatics? Whatever it is that gives us military. Yes. Truth Keepers have caused fear and havoc throughout the kingdom for months, so their claims of innocence are difficult to believe. The culprits of this heinous crime are summarily executed as an example to all. Fanaticism can't take the place of the king's law. Exactly. We punished the Truth Keepers and we stood up for the ability to think differently, and intellectual curiosity is booming. We gain knowledge. We've got 3-tiered knowledge now. Hell yeah. We've got three choices to go before we run out of, run into life problems. Money Scholar. See, this is still really low. No, we don't want to alter those two. And an achievement? Yes, we got the achievement. Did they show up for you? Oh, cool. Yeah, we got an achievement for that one too. Secrets from the Far. The Far. Castle's Court? No. Affirm direction? Obviously can't do those two. No. Maybe that one? Maybe that one? Actually, that will give us the 6-4 that we need. Right where we're at. So as long as we don't lose Diamond. So if we could just focus on Knowledge or War. Oh, I can't do the War one, fuck. There, Ashes. So what are the thoughts on it? I'll give you that thought once we get through this reign. Our spies have discovered that the grey wheat disease was caused by an experimental fertilizer invented by the disreputable Maharian scholar Euclitus. Yeah, he told us that. Euclitus came to town to tell us that it was the fertilizer. The kingdom knew, but decided to hide the truth from us. This leaves us no other choice but to go to war. Oh shit. Did we send an assassin after the inventor of the grey grain? Aye. Do it. Oh, did I want to go up or down? Oh shit, I want to go down. Oh, it won't matter, because this will come up anyway. We do not tread lightly against those that protect the enemies of the kingdom. A few days later, the news that Eucletus was found dead, drowned in his own fertilizer, is widely reported. The Americans unleashed the ash-bread plague upon us, and by utter incompetence, if not with fraudulent intent. Even worse, they tried to hide the truth from us. We have no other choice but to declare war. We will have to prepare for battle. Oh crap, we died on that one. Or is it one before death? It's one before death. Holy shit. What can we do to lose war now? Yeah, really it's the knowledge points and war points, or influence, that I should be able to affect. I don't really want to affect the middle three, if possible. Can't do that war. Could do that one, maybe. The war. Let's go to the war again. Our troops are stationed in Teriel, waiting for instructions from the commander. And here is relatively close to the border, so a focused attack from the south could settle the matters quickly. But we could also use the Abine River to send some soldiers into the heart of their territory. Do we split our forces? Oh, yeah, let's split them. Oh, Grey Wheat War. I got another treatment. Since we have no confirmation on the king's whereabouts and no accurate information on the defense capabilities of the capital city, we decide it's best to diversify our strategy. One larger troop will attack from the south, while another will navigate the Abine River upstream to land deep into the enemy territory. The strategy turns out to be the winning one. Hey, as Aeneas' defense is more focused towards the south. After 3 full days of siege from two sides, the city finally falls. After a resounding victory against the kingdom of Mahir, we imposed new tributes on the defeated kingdom and brought home many precious spoils of war. We stole their shit, in other words. And now the next one is flip the coin. Anything in the world we can do? To raise the wheat, lower the war a little bit. You can raise the wheat, but I don't want to affect it too much. Let's do that one. Paths over the clouds. The way indicated by the golden map is blocked by a monumental gate fortress. I think he took us to a monumental gate fortress, bridging 2 mountains. The building is half ruined, but there's no way around it. It is inhabited by a small community called the Gatekeepers, who demand a huge quantity of food to allow us through their gates. The High Commander says that the only alternative is to go through by force. We must proceed at all costs. Do we pay the Gatekeepers to pass through the fortress? I cannot afford to lose food. If I do that one, we lose food, and I can't afford it. If we do that one, we die anyway. Either way, we die. Oh, I can't do that one anyway, because it's, yeah, way too many points. So, we kill the king. The battle is short but cruel. The Gatekeepers fight to the last man. Once it is over, the mountain pass is ours. Inside the ruins of the gate, we find a hall decorated with a large golden sun, seemingly ancient. Some scholars think the ruins belong to the fabled Sun Empire, and they'll spend some time there to study them. Indeed. After we exterminated the Gatekeepers of the Nebula Mountains, the local tribes started to hate us. Who cares? The temple worth is weight in gold. Sorry, a temple worth its weight in gold. After all the trials and tribulations of their journey, the expedition reaches a deep jungle. Things go relatively smoothly from then on. Despite the hardships of travel, the exhausted voyagers eventually reach a grand golden temple. The structure is entirely coated with thick plates of the finest gold, and the expeditioners wonder in awe where so much gold comes from. The temple looks abandoned and in ruin, and there is no trace of the fabled fountain of flowing gold from the legends. But the temple walls are intricately inscribed and worth studying. A long but safe route is established to allow groups of our most eminent scholars to visit the incredible temple and learn its secrets. So we found the golden temple. Ping. Oh, and the king would have lived had... Oh no, the king did live. Huh. Well, what do you know? The king lives. Long live the king? I thought I was killing him because this is maxed out. Can't really change that one. I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna lose a crown here somewhere. Definitely don't want to move those two. Those two are like set perfect. I think it has to be that one. Could lower scholar a little bit. Let's try that. Arcturus, an ambitious explorer from Cape Thunder, foolishly believes that the world is round, not flat. Foolish man! He intends to indefinitely follow the waypointer to the west to prove he won't fall off the edge of the world. Do we fund Arcturus's ambitious victor journey? I mean, we have to, right? Chat, how long would it take a person to walk around the world? Or whatever time era this is. To, more than one lifetime? Yes, I thought. I want to walk, but like sail at this time. Like, it would be a while. I mean, we lose money, we die. We lose scholar, we die. Oh, we have to lose scholar. No, we can't. We'll just let him do it. The ample resources needed for the expedition strain the kingdom's finances. We're gonna lose that crown, I know it. We are excited at the prospect of discoveries Arcturus might bring back from his journey, but we can't help but wonder if we just wasted a lot of resources that could have been better spent elsewhere. Fortune seekers. Jubilant people chant the name of intrepid Arcturus and tell the story of his daring attempt to circumnavigate the world. Yet no one knows whether we will see him again. No, he just fucked off with all our money. 2 days. Died of Gerades and shit. Yeah. Yeah, I'd lost the fucking crown of that one. Knew it. And killed the king. King was dethroned. Oh, we got 8-4 anyway. Oh, we got the achievement Born to Shine. Yeah, we got A4. Is it not our goal? Go moderate one more time. Don't spend our money on this. And then narrative goal, right? Yeah, narrative goal, 6-4. We're at 10-4. Do you have to do these other two as well? I'm confused. Did we not beat it because we got 10-4? We got the narrative goal? Depends on what you're running from. I mean, we didn't grant free healing for everyone or the existence of the 9th star, but those are secondary. We only wanted the primary, which is the narrative goal. Fuck you, game. We did it. We won. We win. We win, you lose. Well, son of a bitch. We did what that? Prehistoric rub. Thanks for the follow. Well, I don't care about the archives. I only care about that. Why I did not win. if I knew I wasn't going to win, I would have chosen a different style. Bummer. I would have chosen the one with the bullseye thing so I could form an alliance with this people. But that is going to be the end of the King's Dilemma. This game is a lie! Oh god, I needed a stretch after that. Oh my god. The thing with these sorts of games with lots of story, and I'm going to give my review on it now. Can we go to main menu? Good to menu. Confirm. Just to have the thing on it. My issue with these sorts of games is it's a lot of reading, and there's like 50 different story branches going on at the same time, and you do a little bit over here over on A, and then you go a little bit over here on C, and then you come back to B, and then you go back over to A. You're bouncing around, and you don't really progress anything. This is all just my opinion. With so much reading, I forget the storyline, who's who, what's happening, and I can't stream them very long because my voice and my throat just dries up instantly. Whereas if there's other like multiplayer games, other people talking, or not so much reading, I can talk a lot longer. So that's my issues with these sorts of games. Thanks, Exa. But the game itself, the developers have put a lot of work into it. There seems to be a lot of content there, and as I said, you've got to play it over and over to get all the unlocks. You could easily spend probably close to 100 hours in it. It's not a game for me, but I think it's a good game. I've had the music playing the whole time. We haven't negatively said anything negative about the music. There's very little in the way of artwork. Well, not so much artwork, but like scene changes, but there's a lot of art. And the art style, it's pretty cool. I like it. It's a nice drawings. It's not a bad game, it's just not a great game for this format. It's probably not a great game for me. I think if you sat back and you like story, very heavy story focused games, I think you'd enjoy it. But there's a lot of good artwork in there. So yeah, I think the game itself is very good, well done. It's just not a good game for us. That's all. But yes, as Axel said, that is the end of the stream. Thank you very much everyone for coming out. I appreciate it. Thanks for the new couple of followers we've had here tonight. There is unlikely to be a stream tomorrow, unless I get very bored, as I do have a lot going on. Monday is Monday tomorrow, so I don't normally stream tomorrow. Dragon's Angel Baldur's Gate, yeah, it is. But yeah, I've got a lot going on, but I normally don't stream on Mondays, but if we get really bored, we may. But otherwise, we should be back on Tuesday. This month, so the month of May, I've got a few days, but I'll be taking off as extra days. June is going to be horrible for streams. I just want to be out there. I want to be upfront and honest as soon as I can. I'll get you a schedule. I'll post it in Discord. June is going to suck for June and July, technically, for any streams. There's going to be a huge reduction in streams, and I hate it. I hate the thought of it, but I'm just not going to be able to. I'm just not going to be home, or I'm not going to be... I'm just not going to be awake enough. I've got a lot of work I've got to do in the month of June. So this month we've still got, well, it's only just started. It's the first today, so we've got a few streams to go for this month. But yeah, until next time, please everybody take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Bye-bye.